Alright, so what we're working on here is a hub on a 98 Ford Ranger. It's a 4x4. Obviously this is a front hub, the front passenger side. And I have the Rugged Ridge, you can't really read it anymore, but the Rugged Ridge manual locking hubs. And I had a problem. The hubs would not lock. I could spin the wheel when it was on, and the axle wouldn't turn. You know, when you lock the hubs, it should lock. I guess this piece here to the axle through these little gears that are inside of the manual hub. And let's see if I can explain what happened. The Rugged Ridge hubs are pretty simple things. You know, you've got a, I guess you could call it a knob that you turn to go from free to lock. See if I can do this for you. You know, it's pretty simple. Nothing really moves more than 90 degrees when you do anything. The problem was there's some retainer rings, I guess you could say, that kind of hold. There's an inner gear here, and you can see these splines right here, which ride on these splines on the axle. And when you are in free, this can just spin free. The inner gear here can just spin free inside of this outer gear. You can see that this outer gear right here has splines on the outside of it, which mate with these splines. And I guess this would be the hub, if you... Not really sure of my terminology here. Anyway, when it's free, the inside ring can just spin, or the inside gear just spins inside the outside gear, as far as I understand it. And when you go to the lock position, doesn't really matter here because my hub is broken, but I think I can fix it. The inside gear pops forward, and there's some, I don't know if you can see it, right here, right there, you can see there's some splines on the outside of this inside ring, which then mate with some splines on the inside of the outside ring, and that locks the whole assembly, which then in turn locks the axle to the hub. Now the problem was, you can see there's a ridge, not a rugged ridge, but a ridge right here that is supposed to have these washers, and one's kind of a shim, I think, and the other one is kind of a split type washer that actually you can spin on, and it goes back into that ridge. This ridge is on the outside of the inside gear. So let me pause this. Alright, so what you can see here is I've started to spin that little retainer ring or washer, and what you can do, this is the only way I've ever done it, is you just kind of spin this and it will turn itself until it's entirely seated. And you might have to kind of help it seat itself a little bit, but once you get that ring seated, there we go, I heard it snap. In theory, you should be able to do this. Okay, that's free, I guess. Yep. When you have it in the free position, this just spins. When you have it in the lock position, let's see what happens. Alright, when you have it in the lock position, the outer ring slides forward, or slides in, I guess you could say, and engages those gears. Let's go back to the unlock, or the free. Okay, that's the free position right there. You can see those are the splines on the outside of the inside gear, and it just could spin freely. There's nothing preventing that from spinning. And then when you go to the lock position, it doesn't really snap. It's not really a... Oh, that will be why. When you go to the lock position, you could actually see what just happened there. The outside ring slides over the inside ring and the gears engage. Now, this should, I guess, this is a little bit grimy. It doesn't exactly slide free, and they always say in the Rugged Ridge instructions, hey, don't grease this. What I'm going to do is just clean this up with some plastic-friendly degreaser cleaner, and then I'll probably just put some silicone or some WD-40 or something on it. Blasphemy, I know, as far as lubricants go, because WD-40 is just water. Anyway, we'll just clean that up, and then you can, again, you go from the lock position with the outer ring out to the free position where the outer ring slides back into the hub. So that's how you fix a Rugged Ridge hub on a 98 Ford Ranger. It's the same as the 99 and 2000 Rugged Ridge hubs that replace the pulse vacuum hub. That is a high failure rate item on these Rangers. I don't know, I like the idea of having the option of locking and unlocking my front hubs, though, because if I ever need to tow something in 4-low and I want to do it on pavement, let my front hubs go and spin all they want and let the back ones do the work. So again, that's a Rugged Ridge hub for a 98 to 2000 Ford Ranger. If you have a hub failure, you'll probably find some rings floating around inside your hub. Pull them out. They're going to be these rings right here, a shim and a retainer ring. Pull your inside ring back out through the plastic, put them back on, clean it up, grease it up a little bit, or don't grease it, lubricate it, and put it back on. You should be good to go.